Broncos country, what is going on? Hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. Hey, gonna break down first impressions of what we've heard about day one from Sean Payton and day two from the media that was at Broncos rookie minicamp today. Exciting stuff. You guys got thoughts on Bo Nix, the rest of the players, the rookies? Smash that like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but let's go ahead and get it started. I just want to start out by saying it is so refreshing and it is so energizing to the fan base that we got a guy in Bo Nix that is already refined. Like, I don't feel like there's any big time holes in his game. And coming in here already behaving like a professional and understands what his priorities need to be as the potential franchise quarterback of this team, which is great. So I linked in some different videos from Sean Payton, Broncos Syndicate. Shout out to Gage. I linked D-Mac's thoughts, Cecil Lammey and Andrew Mason, their thoughts in there as well. But one of the most refreshing things to see was that I think Andrew might have asked him this, going to make any big purchases? He said, nah, I'm more worried about making sure I know this playbook. Wow. Okay, guys. Big contrast from years ago with Paxton Lynch, talking about how he's just going to party during his off time before minicamp started and all that sort of stuff, playing Fortnite. And we know how that all went. So I think this is one of the advantages with NIL, with college players, the likes of Bo Nix, is that they've already had money. They already ideally know how to manage this stuff. And so by the time they're drafted, while they might be older, they already have a lot of this stuff already. It's not necessarily new to them, and they can focus on the job that's ahead. But wanted to go ahead and share some of these tweets that I thought were awesome from Zach Stevens. Going into it, look at this. First impressions of Bo Nix at Broncos rookie minicamp. Unbelievably accurate, especially downfield on throws. Bo hit nearly every single receiver in stride, right on the money. Fully in command of the offense. Arm strength is definitely not a concern. This is something that I've also seen. Cecil Lammey and Andrew Mason repeated the same stuff, as well as D-Mac, again, who I linked in the channel description, friend of the show, which is awesome. Again, he can make throws to all parts of the field. He can layer as well. He can throw at different arm angles and at different velocities. Very important. Bo Nix has the arm talent to be successful, okay? And I think Cecil might have mentioned as well that he hit some very impressive throws down the field on those seam routes, which again is part of that Sean Payton offense, throwing those seam routes down the field, throwing those intermediate slants. He's going to make those throws just fine. Again, he did this more than any other quarterback in this year's draft, those types of throws to that part of the field. Pretty much the antithesis of Russell Wilson. I love this, the Good Life Broncos fans reading this. I mean, that's how I felt. And I love this. This fan, Christopher Moen, said, wasn't the guy I wanted, but it keeps sounding like the right pick. More proof not to make emotional decisions. Absolutely. I'm gonna like that. Okay. We'll continue on with Zach Stevens. This is something that I talked about yesterday, how I wanted to see Bo Nix work on playing from under center. And you can see that he got some work doing that. I think Gage from Broncos Syndicate mentioned how the guy snapping has been snapping for the Broncos for like the last 30 years or something like that. It's crazy during these workouts. So great to see him working under center. Cecil Lammey, Andrew Mason also alluded to that. They couldn't talk about specifics in terms of the details, but they said they were putting a lot of work in. Sean Payton said that he's NFL ready. Sean Payton said that, he's doing very well. He has experience. They'll continue to build with Bo Nix on playing from under center. But it was very interesting to hear him in the press conference kind of use that type of language. Again, if you're not ready to start in the NFL after 61 college games started, I don't know if you'll ever be ready. My hope is that Bo Nix is under center for the Broncos week one, right? Check this out. Credit to Zach Stevens again. We saw Troy Franklin get some work in as well with Bo Nix. First of many to come. Totally agree with that. And then Parker Gabriel Sean Payton on Bo Nix. It's almost like watching a good golfer. There's a patience to how he plays. The ball comes out. I don't want to use the term boring. That's not the right term, but pretty good decisions with each play. The efficiency with which he's operating. So again, making quick decisions, being that quick processor. I love to see that. And I think Andrew Mason described this as he not boring, but he moves very metronome like, on rhythm, on pace. There's a beat to it. And we talked a lot about that in previous videos about how he's a on rhythm thrower, he's a timing thrower, he's somebody that needs to find their groove. And once he does that, then things are going to start flowing very smoothly for the offense. So that's wonderful to hear. It's wonderful to hear that Bo Nix is really dedicating himself to understanding the play call nature, the playbook, all of that. That he's talked with Elway, he's talked with Manning, he's talked with a lot of people connected to the organization already. And I think that instead of coming out here, like a previous quarterback saying, you know what, I got a stronger arm than Elway and all this stuff, I think he's taken everything in stride, understanding that he's following a lot of great quarterbacks before him. And I think he takes this very seriously. And that is very refreshing to see. Again, he doesn't have an overly large brand or anything like that gets in the way of this. I think that he's a football player first and foremost. He's married already for like the last year or so, and he's more mature than a lot of rookies I think that you'll see come in the NFL. So that big takeaways though, diving into the playbook, dedicating himself to that, working from under center, that is beautiful stuff. And like the arm strength, this is not something that I thought would be an issue. And as he continues to improve his mechanics, the arm strength's only going to get better. And you throw with anticipation, the arm's going to look just fine, right? So I think he's got a stronger arm than Peyton Manning. That's just me. And I mean, Peyton did A-OK out here in Denver, right? So I'm going to get into more of my thoughts with some other players, other comments Sean Payton made about the team as a whole tomorrow, but wanted to dedicate this to Bo Nix. Bo knows what his priorities need to be, and I'm excited to see how he finishes out camp and what he's like when we roll into OTAs with the veterans, right? So y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Again, smash that like and subscribe. We're on our way to 1,000. Appreciate y'all as always. Go Broncos.